Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Eco Lab Auditorium within the Marriott Pavilion at the Culinary Institute of America. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please locate your closest emergency exit, located to the front, rear, and sides of the auditorium. It is also appreciated if you would take a moment to silence your cell phones. Ladies and gentlemen, in attendance this evening are a number of distinguished guests representing the state of New York. Please hold your applause as we invite them to stand. Representing New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo, Dylan Mayoshi. Representing New York State Senator Sue Serino, Lydia Biskup. Representing New York State Member of Assembly, Dee Dee Barrett, Matt Hartzog. Representing New York State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli, Matthew Martini. Please show your appreciation for these representatives. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our county-wide elected officials, Dutchess County Sheriff Adrian Butch Anderson, Dutchess County Clerk Brad Kendall, Dutchess County District Attorney Bill Grady, Dutchess County Comptroller Robin Lois, New York State Supreme Court Justice, the Honorable James Brands. Dutchess County Court Judge, the Honorable Peter Foreman. Dutchess County Surrogate Court Judge, the Honorable Michael Hayes. Dutchess County Family Court Judge, the Honorable Denise Watson. Dutchess County Family Court Judge, the Honorable Tracy McKenzie. Ladies and gentlemen, also joining us this evening, please show your appreciation for the members of the Dutchess County Legislature, led by Chairman Greg Pulver. Please rise. Please show your appreciation for the town supervisors and village and city mayors in attendance this evening, along with the members of the local judiciary. Please rise and be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, representing our host this evening, the Vice President of Academic Affairs for the Culinary Institute of America, Dr. Michael Sperling.
On behalf of all the faculty, students, and staff, I'd like to offer everyone here a very warm welcome to the Culinary Institute of America on a very cold evening. It's a pleasure and an honor to have Dutchess County Executive Marcus Molinaro again deliver the State of the County address at our Hyde Park campus. We really appreciate the County Executive's commitment to collaborative government, a principle which we work to instill at our own institution. The CIA has been integral to Dutchess County's economy and growth since our move here from New Haven in 1972, following our founding in 1946. And I want to remind you again that we are indeed the original CIA, predating the other one by 1 year. We're not going to sue them for trademark infringement yet, but we offer a premier food world education to thousands of undergraduate students each year, welcoming them to the richness of Dutchess County from around the country and around the world. And we even now offer master's programs in addition to bachelor's and associate degrees. We believe that our institutional commitments mirror those of the county executive in promoting hospitality and tourism and providing strong pathways that allow for broad access to education. And in fact, one of our very newest bachelor's degrees this year is a Bachelor of Science degree in hospitality management. We hope that you visit us often and understand that our restaurants are the capstone learning experience for our students. Our restaurants are all classrooms. So eating food at the CIA really contributes to our students' learning, and we hope to your palate as well. Again, we welcome you and look forward to our continuing strong relationship with the County of Dutchess. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newly appointed 2019 Dutchess County Poet Laureate, Raphael Kosek.
It's an honor to be here because I've lived in the beautiful Hudson Valley all my life. Just a word about the poem I'm going to read. I think of myself as a poet being a sprinter. Poets don't have patience for writing novels or narrative. So I gave myself the task of writing a whole novel which is contained within this poem. And of course, we live next to the beautiful river, and it's in many of my poems. So here's one. Always the river, a novel, abridged. And they paddled for days, the water glinting hard in their eyes. Gray is what happens to blue at twilight. I know this is how the soul travels, how we keep moving upriver from wherever we are. Skimming past trees in full frock, slippery banks, the blind eyes of houses. He says something to her, and she says something back. Words like stones, tumbled and cool, precise or incidental. Movement is what we have. Water spray, its blessing. Around the next bend, catbird whistling, while moonlight's cold white money fills our coffers. We pull the pale silver in earnest ritual, through deceit, lust, forgiveness, the world's wild holler, believing this is the way, as we cut the deep green dark, hungering like the early explorers, hatless, brazen, from glory to glory. Thank you.
Please welcome representatives from the Literacy Connections of the Hudson Valley Book Buddies program. Volunteer book buddy Martha Breuja, accompanied by third grade students from Arthur S. May School, Emily Gian and Nicholas Ramirez. Please rise as they lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please show your appreciation for these students, ladies and gentlemen, as you may be seated at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Culture Shock, Poughkeepsie High School's Performing Arts Club, directed by Mrs. Green and Mrs. Lee.
Blood bleeds through the clothes that are falling. Blood and tears that are hurt so appalling. Bleeding and crawling, heathens is calling. Seasons change, colors change, blood stays the same. Fighting for freedom or love until the status right. Blood for Martin and Malcolm, bleeding in their sacrifice. The part about how come freedom is only in the afterlife. Money's what you after, right? The legacy not satisfied. I will show your pain apparently is classified. Word sends chills to the ones reaching. A revolution is doing speeches the same as a man preaching. So what if both clash and collide? Half for Latins and blacks survive. Minority is a majority. Don't crack for nothing. We rise. We need equity. Equality isn't what's expected. Low paying jobs, bad education not respected. Is the higher goal attainable? Nah.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, there'll always be tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Just call on your brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on.
If there is a load you cannot bear, that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me.
Lean on me when you're not strong.
Come on now.
And I'll be your
Clap your hands now.
I'll
Get
help
with
you
it now.
carry on.
Carry on now.
Lord, it won't be long.
Don't be long at all.
I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me
Let's get it.
when you're not strong.
Rock with it now.
I'll be your friend.
Yes.
I'll help you carry on.
One time now.
Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Reverend Dr. Edward L. Hunt, pastor of the Bethel Missionary Baptist Church in Wappingers Falls.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we have humbly gathered from every faith community and corner of Dutchess County to call upon you for blessings. We pray that you will extend your hand of love upon this gathering of your people. We pray for our esteemed county executive, the various leaders of our governments, our first responders, our police departments, our teachers, and the safety of our students and every resident. And we pray, dear Lord, that we shall never forget the brave men and women protecting this great nation on the battlefields of war so that we may continue to experience this freedom. Lord, we thank you for hearing us, and we ask you to continue to bless us according to our needs and our faith communities. Amen.
Our strength is our unity of purpose.
Diversity, like anything worth having, requires effort. Effort to learn about and respect difference, to be compassionate with one another, to cherish our own identity, and to accept unconditionally the same in others.
I believe our children, our whole country, can again live in a world where peace, friendship, and mutual respect abide.
What I'm trying to say is that we have so much in common, our differences actually make us stronger. We need to have the kindness and respect for one another.
Because loving people and animals and the world we all live in is the most important part of being alive.
And the thing to do, it seems to me, is to prepare yourself so that you can be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. Be a blessing to somebody.
But if we focus our energies on sharing ideas, finding solutions, and using what is right with America to remedy what is wrong with it, we can make a difference.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
I've interviewed and portrayed people who've withstood some of the ugliest things life can throw at you, but the one quality all of them seem to share is an ability to maintain hope for a brighter morning.
I want to talk not just of the realities of today, but of the possibilities of tomorrow.
What are you thinking about?
Tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Theo, Corinne, Marc, and Eli Molinaro.
Welcome to the Culinary Institute of America and the 2019 State of the County Address. Give a nice round of applause to our host this evening. Thank you very, very much. I had actually seen this quote some time ago. Love recognizes no barrier. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. You just met 3 of the 5 people I love the most. My children every day bless us and give us hope. And yes, my love would penetrate walls and leap fences to arrive at its destination. The woman I love and the woman who stole my heart, the strongest and most decent person I've ever known, my wife, Corinne. Thank you. Tomorrow. The word itself evokes hope. It suggests opportunity and conveys the need to be kinder, better. While tomorrow is when some might put off the challenges of today, for us, for me, it is about coming together like never before to forge meaningful connections and solve the problems of our day. For an individual living with addiction, it is another chance to get the help they so desperately need. For those differently abled, it's one more opportunity to break down barriers. And for moms and dads, it's the certainty that their children are one day closer to their own successes. And for the entrepreneur, small business owner, and farmer, tomorrow is another day to proudly proclaim we are open for business. The Dutchess County of tomorrow depends on the choices we all make today. In Dutchess, we build our future plank by plank, brick by brick, carefully, deliberately. Not because there's time to waste, but because a strong foundation allows one to build higher, to bridge greater divides, and to reach our most lofty aspirations withstanding the test of time. 8 years ago, we began restoring the county's financial strength, while at the same time easing the burden on hardworking taxpayers. Together with the county legislature, and I'm grateful to the county legislature, we have controlled spending, replenished our fund balance, consolidated government, and cut property taxes each of these last 5 years. An aggressive new approach to community and economic development has led to growth in our tax base, all securing us the highest bond rating of any county in the state of New York. All along, we continue delivering critical services to our residents while shouldering the burden of state-imposed mandates. From working with the city of Poughkeepsie to nurture the Innovation Quad, to protecting precious natural resources such as the Lake Walton and East Fishkill, to expanding treatment options for those struggling with addiction, we will push bold initiatives in 2019 and move forward with other projects already firmly started. And I am exceptionally grateful to serve this county with a leadership team the voters have assembled. And I extend my appreciation first to Dutchess County Sheriff Adrian Butch Anderson, to County Clerk Brad Kendall, to our District Attorney Bill Grady, to our County Comptroller Robin Lois, and to you, Mr. Chairman, Greg Pulver, and the members of the legislature. The taxpayers and residents of Dutchess County have assembled a group of dedicated elected officials who care deeply, deeply about this community, and for that, I am grateful. And with that, I ask you all to join me in thanking them for their service. Dutchess County isn't only metaphorically building our future, we are quite literally building for the future by smartly investing today. Over the past 8 years, we've committed to maintaining roads and bridges, dramatically improving workspaces for our dedicated employees, adding to the character of the neighborhoods where our facilities are located, and acting purposefully to better serve our residents. And I am grateful to the men and women who work for Dutchess County government and for the Department of Public Works and Commissioner Bob Balkind, who have led our efforts to make these investments all throughout Dutchess County. But to all of the men and women who sacrifice in service to Dutchess, would you join me in thanking them? We are making these smart investments while at the same time leveraging the power and talent of our Department of Planning and Development, led by Owen Rafter, to simultaneously work to become a clean energy community, and we expect certification as a climate-smart community next year. Our newly constructed law enforcement center is a modern and efficient new space, adding to the neighborhood, improving public access, expanding training space, and it is a service-oriented, adaptive reuse of a former manufacturing building, now a modern law enforcement center for a law enforcement agency second to none. And we are grateful to the men and women of Dutchess County Sheriff's Office, and of course its Sheriff and Under Sheriff Kirk and Parati. Thank you all. Now that same commitment to service-based design is being used for the Justice and Transition Center, saving taxpayers money, creating better and safer work conditions for our corrections officers, and more room for programming designed to truly help those in our care. And these are individual lives in our care. Construction to improve our Hudson Valley Regional Airport is underway. Our Department of Planning and Development has already moved to new, more connected offices in the Poughkeepsie Journal building, a month ahead of schedule, I might add. We're building a new state-of-the-art emergency training center, offering training and shared service opportunities for emergency responders throughout Dutchess County. We've built a more welcoming entrance to the Department of Community and Family Services, functional office space for our public defenders and their clients, and we're improving the Farm and Home Center in Millbrook. We welcome seniors to our new integrated Office for the Aging offices and Friendship Center. And we've made significant parking lot repairs, road restoration, bridge replacement, and we are even building a modern new parking attendant booth at the county office building for Mel. And Melody Newton is right here. Stand up. You met the boss's boss. Well, Melody is the boss's boss's boss. Melody is also the first face many people in the busiest block in Dutchess County ever meet, and she is the first face entering Dutchess County government, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks, Mel. Together, we are creating spaces to enhance the work of county employees and the experience of those we work for, you, the residents of Dutchess County. Now, we're not alone in our investment. The county is in the midst of a construction boom. Cranes and scaffolding are rising throughout Dutchess with over $2.9 billion in construction projects and $1.2 billion in development, adding to our tax base and growing high-paying jobs. This investment is due in part to our strong economy, highlighted by the lowest unemployment rate in 17 years and 15 consecutive months of private sector job growth outperforming the region, state, and nation. But behind the data and sustained trends is the hard work of our Economic Development Alliance, and there are far too many to recognize, but I recognize Sarah Lee and Ron Hicks, who have led with a team, Think Dutchess, helping local businesses grow and attracting new companies and new industries from around the state and the world. A year ago, we announced our Innovation Quad, an unprecedented agreement between Marist, Dutchess Community College, Vassar College, and IBM, to cultivate a startup ecosystem where companies can leverage existing science and technology resources and expertise. Last month, the City of Poughkeepsie adopted Innovation District zoning, and we are grateful to the City Council and to Mayor Rob Rollison, who's here with us tonight. Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. We're very grateful. This, in combination with the city's designation as a federal opportunity zone, the Innovation Quad, and our partnership to establish a land bank, will attract new jobs, new investment, and inspiring new innovation. Now, one of the most exciting developments this year, located within the Quad, is IBM's decision to establish the world's first commercial quantum computation center in Poughkeepsie. And Kyle Ketchum, I said those words out loud. Commercial Quantum Computation Center in Poughkeepsie. This center will bring research and development opportunities, universities, and Fortune 500 companies to Dutchess County to perform the most advanced computations in the world. In addition, their Z mainframe, made in Poughkeepsie, is not only driving IBM's revenues, it is once again making Dutchess County a highly strategic location for the corporation. And in East Fishkill, Global Foundries is now making chips for the latest cellular mobile communications running on 5G technology, with plant production expected to reach capacity levels. iPark, also in East Fishkill, another example of our successful innovation centers, will be home to 5 new companies, including 4 manufacturers. 2 of them, Crepini and Country Produce, both were attracted from Brooklyn, will create 200 new jobs, adding to our burgeoning food and beverage industry. And our hosts, the Culinary Institute of America, along with Dutchess Tourism and Think Dutchess, will host a food and beverage conference for agribusinesses and food and beverage manufacturers from throughout the Northeast, further solidifying Dutchess County as the epicenter of the food and beverage industry. And to feed our dynamic economy, and you'll get it. Watch it online. And ensure all residents are reaping its rewards, we are focusing on creating a more skilled workforce by closing the skills gap and creating pipelines to jobs. Our Alliance for Business, with the anticipated receipt of a $400,000 grant, will expand our summer youth jobs program, providing a path to greater opportunity, success, and mobility. Our $1.7 million increase this year in support to Dutchess Community College, with the lowest community college tuition in the state, is providing students the opportunity to gain necessary skills at a reasonable price. Community colleges are the institutions of our moment, making education and experiences attainable today and opportunities and success achievable tomorrow. We're grateful to the leadership team at DCC and President Pamela Eddington, who are here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your service to Dutchess and its students. Construction of the college's new aviation education hangar at our Hudson Valley Regional Airport will begin this summer. The new facility I know that is. The new facility will host a 12-month intensive airframe and power plant certificate program, providing students in-demand skills for high-paying jobs. DCC is planning to relocate its southern campus to the former Dutchess Mall in Fishkill and partner with the Council of Industry to co-locate its headquarters at the new Dutchess South and build a regional manufacturing training center. Now, a tight labor market due to near full employment requires us to be more proactive in training the next generation of skilled workers to meet the growing needs of our employers. And while creating new paths to employment, we must also remove barriers to work. Access to affordable child care is an impediment to both growing and entering the workforce. The high cost of child care in New York State, rivaling a mortgage payment, means going back to work is often a net financial loss for families. Across the nation, roughly $8.2 billion is lost in wages every year due to inadequate access to child care. To remove this barrier, we will bring together providers, business leaders, and community partners throughout the county to identify needs and develop solutions. I'm grateful to Legislator Edwards, Commissioner Marzuka, and the others who have already been leading on this issue. We will also leverage public dollars and encourage employers to help expand child care capacity. Access to high-quality child care, which is really high-quality childhood education, can significantly improve the life of a child, give parents peace of mind, and have a positive effect on our economy and community. From day one, let us give kids a better chance of success, parents a real choice about the future of their families, and businesses access to a talented and more diverse workforce. The opportunities for growth and investment are everywhere. 2 HBO series are filming in Dutchess County, and Marist College will host a boot camp developed by Stockade Works to train workers for these projects. Last year, the first standalone co-working space in the county opened in Rhinebeck. And nearby Unlimited Tomorrow, a high-tech startup, plans to shake up the global prosthetics industry. Joining us tonight are entrepreneurs Easton LaChapelle and Sean Jones of Unlimited Tomorrow. Within their repurposed space in Rhinebeck, Easton and Sean are using innovation as a tool to change people's lives by choosing to create affordable, lifelike, advanced artificial limbs with one of only 6 of Hewlett-Packard's most advanced 3D printers in the world. Another pair of innovators, Dana Jones and Jacob Ernst, launched their own new business, Accessidor, using app-based technology to break down barriers by making doors more accessible for those with disabilities. In fact, their innovation was being put to use on the doors as you entered the theater tonight. And the CIA, along with Marist, Dana's alma mater, DCC, and mine too, and Dutchess County government will provide access to their app on doors and entries as part of their beta testing the technology. These are but 2 companies creating jobs and adding to our innovation-driven economy, while at the same time working in the spirit of Think Differently to improve the lives of those living with disabilities. Easton, Sean, Dana, and Jake are here tonight, and I'd ask you to join me in thanking them and wishing them well in their endeavors. Businesses that not only add to our economy but to our sense of community will always be celebrated in Dutchess. We have a great story to tell. And who better to tell it than Dutchess Tourism, led by the incomparable Mary Kay Verba. Because of their hard work and record county investment in tourism, visitor spending has continued to increase to over $600 million in 2017, coming from nearly 5 million visitors from every corner of the world. Tourism remains an economic powerhouse, providing more than 11,000 jobs, generating $332 million of income and $43 million in local sales tax revenue. Dutchess Tourism's work to attract film projects like last year's smash hit and award-winning A Quiet Place and there is going to be a sequel if you hadn't heard. Promotion of our breweries, wineries, and cideries, and its efforts to publicize and organize events in Dutchess County like our summer concerts, the return of the Dutchess County Marathon and Think Differently Dash, and the 2019 International Women's Leadership Conference speak to all we have to offer visitors and all we have come to cherish as residents. Yes, there is much to be excited about. New businesses, new visitors, new development, and new jobs. And today's successes lay the foundation for tomorrow's opportunities. But a changing economy is bearing fruit for many. But an evolving market in combination with changing times, shifting norms, and the constant presence of technology and social media is in many ways pulling us away from our families, friends, and communities. We won't and can't slow progress, but we must remain committed to bridging the divides created by unintended consequences. And we must remain committed to reweaving the social fabric that binds us together. The solution is for us all to commit ourselves to healing the pains so prevalent in our modern society: isolation and loneliness, lack of self-worth and purpose, distrust and doubt, anxiety and anger. These pains, as David Brooks of the New York Times so eloquently put it, all share a common thread: our lack of healthy connections to each other, our inability to see the full dignity of each other, and the resulting culture of fear, distrust, tribalism, shaming, and strife. We must be bridge builders, healers of the pain. We must be weavers of our social fabric by taking the time and making the effort to connect with others, affirm their worth, and extend to them respect. Together, let us strengthen the associations and networks which connect us all: family, church, community, book clubs, and even bowling leagues. We must grow the webs of relationship that form the foundation of our society and allow us to build the capacity to overcome challenges, achieve our collective goals, and bounce back from tragedy. Dutchess County's role is clear: create space and opportunities where people can connect, heal, and provide strength to each other. Our Commission on Human Rights, led by Jody Miller, is building the bonds of community and trust through listening sessions and our 100 Cups of Coffee transformative dialogues. The Medical Reserve Corps, led by Joe Ryan, a part of a national network coordinating community preparedness, giving volunteers from the community the opportunity to learn and better serve their fellow residents. The Office for the Aging, led by Todd Tancredi, is keeping seniors connected to their communities and one another. And the Department of Community and Family Services is strengthening families by recruiting mentors for foster youth, training volunteers to coach parents and caregivers while they visit their children in foster care, and moving children out of institutional care back to their families. This unprecedented reduction in institutional placements is life-changing and life-affirming, and children and families are benefiting from their work, and this effort is the envy of the state of New York, and for that, we are grateful to Commissioner Marzuka and the team at the Department of Community and Family Services. Marc Coviello, leading the Division of Veteran Services, and his team are connecting veterans to peer support and standing shoulder to shoulder with our veterans, honoring their sacrifice, ensuring they receive their hard-earned benefits, and aiding those in need. The division recently began engaging military veterans in the criminal justice system, connecting them to services, including Mental Health America's Vet-to-Vet peer support program, proving that no matter where our veterans are, Dutchess County will find a way to help and support them. And I'd ask you all, if you have served in the United States military and are here this evening, please stand and be recognized. We'd like to thank you for your sacrifice and service to a grateful nation. In 2019, our Resiliency Council, led by Jean Marie Niebuhr, doing valuable work to prevent suicide, will broaden its scope and bring together volunteers, stakeholders, and government officials to find ways to build community resilience, correct the ills of social fragmentation, and invest in our social fabric. We will also set out on an ambitious effort to curtail homelessness in Dutchess County. The face of homelessness has changed with time, and with that comes the challenge of serving those with different expectations, needs, and hardships. I've asked Dutchess County's homelessness and housing service providers to convene with county and local government to reimagine, redesign, and reinvigorate how we deliver services to those homeless or in need of housing throughout Dutchess County. Further, we will strive to reduce the length of stay of individuals in emergency housing by prioritizing the placement of high-risk clients and enhancing our shelter services by embedding mental health professionals. We will better educate local municipalities about the importance of and need for affordable housing. We'll seek to incentivize a more accessible housing stock. In Dutchess County will join state leaders and fight to end source of income discrimination. No one should be denied a house or a home because of how they honestly make their money. We will advocate in Albany for programs designed to prevent individuals from losing their homes. And the very foundation of community, is having a place to call home. And there are too many, one paycheck away from losing theirs, and so many others, one paycheck away from housing stability. Dutchess County will fight for them all. We will make it our mission to help those struggling, provide those who have wandered astray a light to guide them home, and strive to catch others before they have fallen too far. I know this is who we are as a community. It is up to us to be certain this is how we live. Neighbors and friends leaning on each other for support. And please know this: you can always look to us in county government and the leaders of your city, town, or village. We are all here together. We have each other's backs because we are woven together with the same thread, bearing the same burdens, working for the same tomorrow. And I'd ask you to join me in recognizing and thanking the men and women who lead our town, village, and city governments and communities throughout Dutchess. Thank you all. The strength of our social fabric and our ability to solve problems will always be tested, and it is now facing its greatest challenge: the public health crisis of our lifetime, the opioid epidemic. Right now, as we sit here tonight, there is a person who someone loves and is worried about, a parent, sibling, spouse, or child, sending anxious text messages, rummaging through a medicine cabinet, or walking the streets, all searching for a substance to provide them relief from a disease, from a persistent need gnawing at them. The path to addiction was more likely than not complicated. It may have started with some prescription painkillers following knee surgery, a struggle to quiet a mind and body in conflict with an undiagnosed mental health disorder, or an attempt to escape the hardships of trauma. Whatever the path, reason, or cause, in Dutchess County, we have one solemn and sacred duty, above all others: to save lives. For the first time in U.S. history, Americans are more likely to die from an opioid-related overdose than a motor vehicle accident. Let that sink in for just a moment. Now, in the audience and on your chairs this evening are exclamation marks. If there is an exclamation mark in front of you, immediately in front of you, please stand up. Can we bring the lights up just a little bit, Jim? Just a hair. Stay standing. In 2018, there were 93 accidental overdoses in Dutchess County. There are 93 people standing. This is what 93 lives look like. Far too large a loss of life and potential. Please, you can be seated. Increasingly, these deaths are related to the use of fentanyl, often in combination with other drugs. The data can be numbing, and the sheer size and scope of the problem can lead many to turn away in horror, disgust, or hopelessness. But we will not ignore this epidemic nor the lives it impacts. We accept the challenge to open minds and hearts and show that our empathy has no limits, our commitment no bounds, and our willingness to try and try again no end. Our Breaking Through initiative is reaching people from all walks of life, circumstances, and levels of need by making meaningful connections, restoring hope, reducing stigma, and providing treatment and support. A $1 million grant secured from the U.S. Department of Justice will allow us to increase access to information and strengthen our community's capacity to respond in real time, identify people and communities most in need, target resources, direct law enforcement, and track substances that present an immediate public threat. Our strategy is organized around serving two broad populations: those we know, individuals in institutional care, often the county jail, or with consistent interaction with county programs, and those we don't know, individuals in the community suffering in silence, in need of help, but afraid to ask. We have long recognized the importance of the criminal justice system as an intercept for those living with addiction. So, we are building on our current efforts by filling gaps, linking programs, and expanding treatment. This year, to serve those we know, individuals with a history of substance use will be evaluated, counseled, and connected with services at every level of interaction in our courts, probation, the county jail, and re-entering the community. We are also expanding medication-assisted treatment, MAT, in our jail, combining counseling and therapy with approved medications, enabling those living with addiction to fully function while managing cravings and the symptoms of withdrawal. Similar efforts in other states resulted in a 61% drop in opioid overdose deaths among those recently incarcerated. We are also overhauling our inmate discharge planning and counseling with a focus on connecting individuals with treatment and other supports in the community upon release. We will wrap services around these individuals from their first interaction with the criminal justice system throughout rehabilitation and upon re-entry to the community. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a responsibility to help individuals in our care, and treating them can stem the cycle of arrests and provide an opportunity to live a healthy and crime-free life while creating a safer environment for us all. To serve those we don't know, we must employ a different method, focused on connecting with people where they are. Recognizing pharmacies as a critical point of contact, we are educating local pharmacists on the importance of MAT, reducing stigma, and increasing access to Narcan. And the 3 community pharmacists have played a pivotal role in this effort, and we thank each of them for their commitment to their profession, their customers, and their community. And we are joined tonight by 2 of them, Nasser Mahmoud and Bill Irwin, and we are grateful to you both. Thank you. We are also building partnerships with local hospitals, hospital emergency departments by connecting patients in need of help with county resources and enhancing emergency departments' ability and willingness to initiate MAT. To create alternatives to institutional care, we are training doctors and nurse practitioners in the prescription of medications to treat and manage opioid use disorder. Pharmacists, doctors, and other healthcare professionals are on the front line of this epidemic. By building these relationships and supporting their role, we will prevent some from becoming addicted, find others in need of help, and connect them all to proven treatments. Now, tying these efforts together is our Stabilization Center, Helpline, Recovery Coaches, and the many other programs offered by the Department of Behavioral and Community Health. The center, which handled over 3,000 visits in 2018, continues to add functionality, including offering access to Narcan training and kits on demand 24/7. With the addition of a full-time prescriber, the Stabilization Center will offer certain medication-assisted treatments. Helpline continues to save lives through crisis counseling and by connecting people to needed services. And we are grateful to the leadership of Dr. Wydian, Tom Quinn, Beth Alter, and the entire team at the Department of Behavioral and Community Health for their leadership and care. Thank you. One of our recovery coaches, John Cassidy, has helped nearly 80% of his clients reach the next stage of recovery. The resources and successes of the center make it the hub of the county's treatment and recovery efforts, a place to connect with people in treatment, begin your recovery, and find hope. Now, to create spaces for people to heal and recover, Dutchess County is proud to announce a partnership this year to offer new long-term recovery housing, providing another opportunity and resource to serve those in need of much longer-term treatment. And I take this as a moment to remind my friends in Albany and Washington, it is your responsibility to help us provide long-term beds. But if you won't, we will. We are treating the problem and working to prevent use and addiction as well. 11 of the county's 13 school districts have implemented Second Step, our social emotional learning program focused on empathy and communication skills, bullying prevention, problem solving, and substance abuse prevention. And in partnership with the Artifact, we've created, or I should say they've created, new outreach materials to be used on social and traditional media aimed at reducing stigma and increasing awareness of the resources Dutchess County offers. Please join me and take a moment and watch their powerful message.
I was running the streets of Poughkeepsie for 3 years. I was living in abandoned buildings. I was selling myself. I crawled to my mom's room and I just remember saying I took too much.
It makes me sick that the first thing I did was call my dealer and get drugs, knowing that my brother had just died from an overdose.
My last day drinking, my house was surrounded by the police. I picked out a police officer I was going to shoot in order to have them shoot me.
I just remember thinking, please, don't let me die, because I have so much I want to do, and this wasn't really what I wanted.
One of the deputies who was there when I woke up, he says, I was where you were at 33 years ago. And he says, you don't need it no more. And those words stuck with me. Never in my life thought I could ever get clean and sober. Today, I got a year clean and sober next Saturday.
There's help out there. Dutchess County offers so much help. There's hotlines, there's meetings.
It's work, but you gotta want to do it. And you gotta have patience. There's people out there who want to help you.
Breaking through is about ending the stigma. It's about helping those struggling. It is about building resiliency by giving everyone the capacity to help end this tragic epidemic. And it is about saving lives. Breaking through is about tomorrow, ensuring everyone has a chance to get better, fulfill their potential, and wake up in the morning with hope. It is abundantly clear how important it is to set our children on a path to realizing their full potential and fulfilling their promise. Our Path to Promise identifies the critical components, needed resources, and effective programs to begin our children on a path to stability, security, and success. Over the last year, we engaged over 400 young people, along with dozens of stakeholders, parents, and providers. Through this intensive public access process and analysis of programs serving youth, we have identified gaps and created a real action plan to give every child a chance to succeed. Although one's life will twist and turn through many obstacles, in the words of Plato, the beginning is the most important part of any work, just as it's the most important part of any journey. With 90% of brain growth and 85% of intellect, personality, and social skills development occurring before age 5, we can have the greatest long-term impact on a child's life before they enter kindergarten. And that is where we will begin. We know the necessary skills, supports, and resources every child needs to flourish by learning from our service providers, caregivers, and young adults. who have shared their shortcomings and success stories. With their help, we created a roadmap to success and promise. We will begin implementing the action plan, revitalize our Youth Coordinating Council, utilize data to track and measure outcomes, and create a user-friendly database to connect people with needed programs and resources. And to lead this effort, we will hire an Assistant Commissioner for Youth Services to revolutionize how we deliver services to young people throughout Dutchess County. Shaping the lives of our youth is an important responsibility. It is incumbent upon all of us to undertake this task with great care and consideration. As we build this path, we urge you to set the young people in your life, and we all have children in our lives, on a path to promise. Nurture and care for them, shield them from trauma, provide them access to learning opportunities, and read to them. Literacy is the oar in the water pushing a child forward towards success. It enables them to be better informed, more empathetic, more aware, kinder. The themes, characters, and places within the pages of a book help shape who we are and who we think we can be. Dutchess Reads recognizes the intrinsic value of reading and brings together partners inside and outside of government to promote reading and literacy. Through this initiative, we've expanded Literacy Connections' successful Book Buddies program, and you met a couple of them today. We've expanded the program to Eastern Dutchess County. We've hosted reading events and encouraged reading through our Snow Many Books Winter Reading Initiative. Did you get that, Greg? Snow Many Books. I'm glad there wasn't snow many tonight. Is it snowing out? Our partnership with the Dutchess County SPCA invites children to read to shelter animals, building confidence. Our lending libraries and county facilities and buses expand access to great books, and our participation in Kids Read, Children's Book Festival being held by one of our Dutchess Reads partners, the Poughkeepsie Library District, will celebrate local authors, reading, and the importance of our community libraries. And each Monday at noon, and I know you wait with bated breath, on the county's Facebook and Twitter pages, you can learn a new word to sprinkle, Brad Kendall, into your conversation. Robin Lois already uses this word, so I'd encourage you too, Brad. To celebrate the state of the county, we are revealing a bonus word of the week tonight. The word is resiliency, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. So, at this very moment, I'm going to do something my wife never wants me to do at home and encourage you to take out your phone. Go ahead. You have a cell phone. I saw yours, Sheriff. Brad is a flip phone. He can't do this. I'm just saying, when I said we couldn't hold back progress, Brad is living proof it is possible. Take out your phone. Go to the county's Facebook or Twitter page. I'm serious. Do it right now. And like, share, retweet, follow, and subscribe. This is the only moment, Matt Martini, that you are allowed to have your phone at during my presentation. Come on. We're counting. We actually hope to have 462 new likes, followers, and retweeters tonight. Okay, now put them back. I have a little bit more to finish. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you know, take great pride in all the work we do together as a community. But I am especially proud of how, in nearly every way, our community has taken up the challenge to think differently. We began this journey nearly 4 years ago and since have accomplished so much. Appointing a deputy commissioner for special needs, Tony Schierfella, providing autism supportive environment training to local businesses and civic organizations, hosting the 2016 and 2017 Special Olympics New York State Winter Games, and partnering with Dutchess Community College for Think Ahead, providing young adults with disabilities job readiness skills and the opportunity to experience college life. The enthusiasm for Think Differently has only grown, with hundreds of residents attending our ongoing inclusive movies, our baseball camps, life-changing at Dutchess Stadium with the Hudson Valley Renegades, and picnics and thousands more finding new ways to break down barriers, confront the quiet prejudice of low expectations, and yes, defend the human rights of every citizen, regardless of what we perceive their ability to be. Our efforts are having real results. The first Think Ahead class will graduate on May 16th alongside their DCC classmates, marking an end to their time in the program, but the beginning of a life full of possibilities. And our own office has expanded to welcome one new person. John Carlo Ballone Ribideau has joined the county executives team, and he's here tonight. He's already a valuable member of what we do on the 6th floor of the county office building, along with being a Think Ahead student. And also joining us this evening are Christine and Stephen Snyder, who are proud parents of Jamie, another Think Ahead student. Please join me in acknowledging all of them. Thank you. ThinkDifferently.net, our award-winning website, launched a year ago, has already seen 20,000 hits, helping families and individuals connect to critical resources. And I'm proud to say that my neighbors in the village of Rhinebeck, in partnership with the Anderson Center for Autism, will be the first community in the region to become an autism-supportive community. We commend their leadership and commitment, and tonight I'd ask you to join me in acknowledging Mayor Bassett, the village board, and our friends at the Anderson Center for Autism. Thank you for your leadership and compassion. And yes, at this moment, I'm going to do something that I said we were fighting against. I'm going to challenge the 29 other neighboring communities throughout Dutchess County to join them and help Dutchess County become the first in America to be an autism-supportive community. I hope you'll do that for us. But don't think we're stopping here. Dutchess County is pushing ahead with new efforts to increase the quality of life, expand opportunities, enhance services to individuals living with disabilities and their families. Last year, we challenged employers to think jobs and create new employment opportunities. In 2019, we will help employees connect to these opportunities through the Workforce Investment Board's One Stop, serving as the point of entry for job-seeking residents with disabilities. We're partnering with the Dutchess County Bar Association to train family court attorneys on how to best serve individuals with disabilities and their families. And we will collaborate with local school districts to survey special education classroom opportunities to better identify needs and barriers for students K-12 in K-12 special education. This summer, I am proud to say Dutchess County will, for the first time ever, host the Special Olympics New York State Summer Games. Together, we will welcome over 1,800 athletes and their families from around New York. We will celebrate the spirit of competition and show the world what it means to think differently. And I am tremendously grateful to Dutchess Tourism, the Dutchess County Regional Chamber of Commerce, who led our efforts to host the Special Olympics Summer Games, and to our friends at Special Olympics New York. Several representatives are here tonight, along with Special Olympic athlete Richard Fishwick. Please join me in recognizing all of them and thanking them for their commitment. With all that's being done, we will challenge ourselves to do even more. That's why in 2019, we will contract with New Horizon Resources for a community engagement coordinator to reach out into Dutchess County, to municipalities and local chambers of commerce, to increase the reach of Think Differently by encouraging education and planning for inclusive events. But Think Differently is not about a county program. It's about what we all do as individuals and as a community to build a future where people are judged not by their perceived ability, but by the content of their character, their capacity to persevere, and their ability to fulfill their greatest potential. We decide our tomorrows and what they look like. By leading, hiring, and volunteering, by fighting to ensure individuals of all abilities have access to the support and opportunities they have a right to, and by being kind and treating those different from ourselves with the respect and dignity they deserve, and we could use a little more respect and dignity in our lives today. Together, Dutchess County will also build a universally accessible community where people of any ability have places to enjoy nature, play soccer, share a picnic, swim, and spend time with one another. Now, our parks offer these opportunities, But parks are so much more than just a place to pass a couple of hours, walk your dog, or play a game of disc golf. And yes, you can play disc golf at Wilcox Park in the town of Milan. They are a critical component of our social infrastructure, connecting people and defining our sense of place. In 2019, we will begin an historic expansion of county parks. With our new comprehensive plan as the framework for reimagining our park system, we're updating facilities, adding features, and improving accessibility while developing Think Differently principles to ensure all parks in Dutchess County are open to everyone of every ability. Construction at Quiet Cove was completed late last year, adding another waterfront deck, the ability to offer kayak rentals through an ADA-accessible launch, and upgrades to parking and the historic Naval Boathouse. This spring, Dutchess Stadium will enter a new era and benefit from structural improvements and a much-needed facelift. With help from a New York State grant and county commitment, and I'm grateful to the county legislature for their commitment, we are replacing seating, improving accessibility, and making repairs to improve fan experience, enhance stadium safety, and give our Hudson Valley Renegades an improved home and visitors and residents alike a comfortable and exciting place to watch a ball game and make new memories that last a lifetime. We have never seen our parks as individual standalone places. They fill gaps between beloved town, city, and neighborhood parks scattered throughout the county. But we seek to create a truly connected park system. Thanks to our partnership with Marist College, Scenic Hudson, the Dyson Foundation, we will expand the Dutchess Rail Trail network to include a new urban trail system in the city of Poughkeepsie. We will connect parks, local businesses, restaurants, educational institutions, major development projects, and the Walkway over the Hudson, now celebrating its 10th year as an international destination. And with our friends in the city of Beacon, we're taking the first steps toward a parallel trail line and shuttle service, connecting Beacon to Main Street, Fishkill, and surrounding hotels and lodging. One day, perhaps, you can join Mayor Casal and begin in Beacon to walk or ride the trail all the way to Quiet Cove, visit attractions in the city of Poughkeepsie where Rob Rollison will greet you, and hop on a train. No, he's term limited now. He won't be here when that happens. Sorry. No, he's got one more try at it. I mean, but this is a few more years. And then hop on a train back to Beacon. But in the meantime, through our rail trail system, which now plays a central role in the new Empire State Trail, we are able to make an invaluable connection between our own communities and other communities all the way to Buffalo. It's a long drive to Buffalo. Along the Dutchess Rail Trail, tucked away in the town of East Fishkill, we are adding another exciting stop. The county is close to purchasing over 230 acres at a reduced price from Scenic Hudson for what will become the Lake Walton Preserve, the largest expansion of our park system in over 50 years. This property will allow us to preserve an ecologically unique wetland and create a universally accessible, passive park focused on the lake's beauty. The preserve will provide education on this special natural resource, connect yet another park to the Dutchess Rail Trail, and attract naturalists and visitors alike. This project has been met with such enthusiasm as individuals recall great and fond memories of Lake Walton. We will establish Friends of the Preserve to ensure we include members of the community and that this exciting project creates a unique experience for individuals of every ability while protecting a wonderful natural resource for all of our tomorrows. And I'm grateful for the earnest way in which the legislature is considering this purchase, and I hope you might consider supporting it next week. Our parks offer so much. So, enjoy some maple syrup at Bowdoin, attend a concert at the band shell overlooking the majestic Hudson River, take a stroll at Wilcox, hop on the Dutchess Rail Trail, and get ready for the expansion of the Harlem Valley Rail Trail as we extend into Columbia County. And just as we are connecting our park system helps to connect all of us. I'd encourage you to learn more about our parks and everything else county government has to offer by visiting our newly redesigned county website, dutchessny.gov. And later this year, check out our new mobile-friendly Dutchess County Parks and Trails website to access trail maps and other important information. And I am so grateful to the team at the Office of Computer Information Services and its Commissioner, Glenn Marc, and the entire team who helped redesign the dutchessny.gov website and that additional mobile-friendly web presence. Would you join me in acknowledging them as well? I also want to thank Commissioner Bob Balkine of the Department of Public Works for leading the effort to make such investment not only in our parks, but in all of our assets. Together we have built a better and truly unique county with a solid fiscal foundation, dynamic economy, strong social connections, and a solution-driven government. Our county today is stronger than ever, not free of challenges, but more able to overcome them. Who we are today, however, pales in comparison to who we can be tomorrow, if we choose to be optimists. There will always be those who paint the future of America, and Dutchess County is part of it, with dark shades of gray, pierced by searing crimson, the colors of decline, despair, and anger. But we choose, I choose, to see and paint a future with pale greens, light blues, bright oranges, and soft yellows, the colors of dawn and dreams. Because what is America and all the cities, towns, counties, and states that comprise it, if not a dream? A dream of a land where all are equal in the eyes of the law, where our common purpose unites us and our diversity gives us strength. And what is this moment we live in, if not the morning? The precipice of a future full of challenges and struggle, of resilience and triumph, where we stand closer to realizing our dream, fulfilling our promise, and making a more perfect county. This day will certainly be our best, our grandest and fullest celebration of hope, opportunity, and prosperity, only to be eclipsed by each to follow. We are not perfect, but we are energetic triers, defined by our willingness and eagerness to strive and toil for a better and brighter tomorrow, to build, rebuild, reform, and reimagine in hopes of creating a future which eclipses our past. While others see only the creeping dark of twilight, we in Dutchess County see the beauty in dawn's early light. We feel the pride in what we have accomplished, and in the dark, we search for the promise of tomorrow, when through the fading darkness today meets tomorrow, and we together usher in Dutchess County's best day yet. Thank you. May God bless you, and may He continue to bless Dutchess County and the United States of America. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.